Thank you, Donna and Carl. Our opening words are by Arlen Goff. It's called Thresholds. Thresholds. We cross them every day, from room to room, from outside to inside and back again, from here to there, from anywhere to everywhere, from age to age. Each threshold offers an opportunity for change, for renewal, for transformation, from what we were and what we are to what we can be. In this hour and in this place, we cross a threshold from our day-to-day everydayness into space and time attuned to the other, to the sacred, to the holy, into an awareness of new life, pregnant with possibilities. How will we be renewed in this moment? How will we be changed by this hour? How will we be transformed through this gathering of beloved community? Come, you longing, thirsty souls, come. Let us worship together. And as Donna comes forward to light our chalice, I will recite the words for our chalice lighting. They're from the Tao Te Ching of Lao Tzu. Those who stand on tiptoes do not stand firmly. Those who rush ahead don't get very far. Those who try to outshine others dim their own light. I have two stories to tell you today, or at least one thing, great thing that I wanted to mention. For many of your Christian neighbors, or for many of you who still hold many of the truths of the Christian Bible as holy and sacred and meaningful. Today is the Pentecost. The Pentecost was a celebration in Israel, in Jerusalem, where it represented the 50th day after the Passover, when the Jews were spared from the death of their children in Egypt. Pentecost also is thought to be the beginning of the church. It was 50 days after Jesus had died, and his followers had been for some time scattered and wondering what it all meant. And they gathered for the Pentecost. They gathered together, and so it was said that the Holy Spirit descended upon them. And before them was a little tongue of fire representing that Spirit. And it moved them to speak in all the different languages of the world their message and what they had heard about Jesus and his teachings. And that is considered the beginning of the Christian church, because on that day, after the people who surrounded the Christians at first wondered whether they had been drinking so much, were curious how they had been able to speak different languages. And all, when they heard the message of Jesus' teachings and their fellowship, they all decided to join this new church by getting baptized. The second story happens a little while later, during a few hundred years later, during the reign of the Emperor Diocletian of Rome, who was the most powerful man in the world. And Diocletian, of course, besides his responsibilities, like so many of his sort, is powerful, rich, and able to call in the greatest minds and men and women in the world. He was having a celebration at his house, and he was sitting there rather bored because he didn't feel like eating anything anymore, and he was tired of listening to the music, and he had seen enough dancing, and he was thinking, well, maybe I should tell all these people to go home, when all of a sudden, the actor, the mime, Dionysius, came into his hall. And how happy the emperor was, because Dionysius was one of the Emperor Diocletian's favorite people, because he was so funny. He made the emperor laugh, and it was no exception on that night. At that night, Dionysius began to do one of the bits that he liked to do for the emperor and knew the emperor liked, and I hope you wouldn't agree with this practice, but it was making fun of the Christians who were now plentiful in the city of Rome and all throughout the empire. And Dionysius and his friends made fun of the sacrament of baptism, the immersion in water. And Dionysius feigned like everywhere he went, people were trying to baptize him in buckets of water. And then he heard the laughter of the emperor, and it spurred him on to actually behave like he was being baptized. But he couldn't get out of the water. He couldn't get out of the water. Oh, he was struggling. He was struggling. And the emperor just laughed and laughed. And up straight came Dionysius with a very serious look on his face. And the emperor was still laughing and clapping, and he said, "Do it again, do it again." And Dionysius said, "No, I won't." It seems as though that somehow just pretending to do the baptism, even as a mockery, making fun of it, had had a profound effect on Dionysius. And he refused, even when the emperor said, "Come now, Dionysius, do it again. It makes me so happy to see you do this." And he said, "No, I will not." And then the emperor got angry and said, "You will do it." And Dionysius again said, "No, I won't. I would rather stand with those people of the baptism than to once more mock what they do." The emperor, who did love Dionysius, couldn't understand why he would change so suddenly. And so he called to some of his men, "Take this one outside my house and break his legs." And that is how Dionysius became, in the Christian church, Saint Dionysius. Saint Dionysius, who was the patron saint of performing artists. I thank you for that story. Each week now, since the powerful and deadly COVID-19 virus proved to us that it would be unhealthy and irresponsible to hold live services, we have nonetheless included words for the offering. We do this to remember our commitments to each other, to our staff, to our neighbors in the communities where we live, and to our fellows in this congregation, and to the church. As painful as the decision to indefinitely suspend live services was, we know we will resume them someday. We know we will gather in the parish hall laughing over coffee once again. We know that we will still carry on, carrying out our mission to create compassionate community and to let it take root wherever each and all of us are to be found. Now is the time for our offering. Write your pledge check and send it to the church by mail, or go online and push the donate button, which gives you many options for making your donation. As I said before, now is the time for our offering. You know what to do, you generous people. I cannot unsee the video. No one with a heart that feels compassion for another human being can ever unsee it, though we have seen it, or its kind, before. A man, a person of color, is forced onto the ground. He's been cuffed. He's lying on the road. There is a man in a uniform pressing his weight down on the handcuffed man's neck. There are police officers keeping the crowd back, but not blocking the view of whatever bystander got it all on film. The man on the ground can only say what he is experiencing in his last moment. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Take some time now to breathe in and out freely. But don't forget George Floyd and his family. It's not right that they should be in mourning, that he won't be with them ever again. I always say, blessed be, and blessed are we. But today I think not all of our fellow countrymen and women are as blessed. So today I say, may the blessings of life, liberty, and the chance to freely follow happiness actually be equally shared by all people. Now, let us share in that ancient spiritual practice of prayer. And let our prayer be simply this: may we be willing to consistently do those things which contribute to our well-being and that of our neighbors. And may we be wise enough to consistently avoid doing those things that cause harm to us or to them. Amen. Our readings today come from the 4th century BCE Chinese book, The Nature That Emerges from the Decree. The energies of joy, anger, sorrow, and sadness are given by nature. When it comes to their being manifested on the outside, it is because they have been elicited by others. Only by training do we become able to respond well. At the beginning of our lives, one responds through emotions. At the end, one responds through propriety. I've chosen this morning to preach to you a homily I wrote for one of the services of our first month of Sundays, month-long celebration back in 2013. It's called Repetition. Bum, bum, bum. Now take a deep breath, Michael. Breathe deep and dribble. That's it. Bum, bum, bum. Keep your legs solid underneath you. Stay behind the line. See that shot going right through the center of the net. Bum, bum, bum. Loosen your shoulders now. Come on. Arms up. 2 hands on the ball. Line up the shot. That's it. That's it. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, for the love of God, will you stop dribbling and shoot the ball? Ah! Bum, bum, bum. I remember trying to prepare for the big free throw contest that all the 6th graders at the Henry B. Birkeland School took part in when I was that age. It was a big deal. The 3 top shooters went on to compete against each other in the new high school's huge gym. And the winner of that went on to the regionals and could continue to sectional, statewide, New England, All-American, continental, and worldwide competitions, eventually competing for the title of intergalactic 6th grade free throw shooting champion. I couldn't even imagine what that trophy looked like, though I tried. My, oh my, did I practice and practice and practice for that competition. For about 6 weeks, I would shoot the basketball about an hour and a half each day, trying to find the right shot out of all the wrong ones, and then, when I found that shot, repeat it over and over and over again. At first, my reasons for devoting an hour after solitary hour, dribbling and breathing and adjusting my hands and standing just as the great Oscar Robertson did in the book I had about playing basketball, well, like the great Oscar Robertson, weren't particularly noble. I really wanted to become an elementary school legend. The kid from Rock Village who showed up out of nowhere and swish, swoosh, swish, out free throw shot all the mouthy, bragging uptown kids. I wanted to be the name on the plaque. I wanted all the dudes in school to say, "What's up?" and mean that too. I wanted all the girls to say, "Hi, Michael," and mean that. Though I couldn't for the life of me figure that last part out because, you know, I couldn't stand girls. Bum, 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 thunk. Bum, 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 swish, swoosh, swish. I once made 23 straight free throw shots all alone into a basket at the end of my driveway, but you'll have to take my word for it. No one was there but me. By the time of the competition, I had also made 17 straight free throws, with a friend there to throw the ball back just the right way to me, so I wouldn't have to break my rhythm. What a feeling to be right in the very center of your life, yourself, all calm and breathing free and seeing good things before they happen. After a while, I could care less if I got my name on a plaque or if the dude said, "What's up?" and meant it. You may be wondering how it all turned out, whether all those repetitions paid off, whether practice made perfect. Well, I didn't become the intergalactic 6th grade free throw shooting champion. Actually, that title went to a kid from that part of the Soviet Union, once again known as Estonia. But I made it to the Middleborough finals at the new high school and finished third. I'm not making excuses, but those see-through glass backboards really threw me off. What happened in the end was that I learned something very important from that episode, something about life that I would eventually remember and begin to apply to my spiritual life. It is simply this: it takes practice. It requires repetition to master something like spiritual practice. Repetition along with devotion to the task, the goal, whether it be a sport or in continuing to change and grow. Repetition along with behaving as if you were already there, that makes all the difference. At first, free throws were for me a means to fulfill a fantasy. Yet it wasn't long before all that mattered was the process. All that mattered was the shooting, taking my time, adjusting my body, and becoming comfortable with it. Breathing fully and clearing my mind of everything but one single function that I could learn to do well over and over and over again. Sometimes standing alone in front of a basketball net, shooting baskets in the schoolyard until dark made me feel free. Free from fear, free from my own expectations, free from other people's opinions of me, free from the tyranny of time, from homework and heartbreak, from the judgment of others, from the thought that my dad might just be gone for good. I began to understand that we are born strong, so we don't have to act tough. We were all free to pursue a path for enjoyment, even if we didn't master it. I found the contentment shooting hoops with a bum, bum, bum and a swish, 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 and the frequent thunk quite satisfying. One does not need buildings, money, power, or status to practice the art of peace, said Morihei Ueshiba, the founder of Aikido. Heaven is right where you are standing, and that is the place to train. Ueshiba must have shot a lot of hoops. So let it be, as it should be. Good people, here are the good words for your leave-taking. Revel in the world. Cultivate and share joy. Take a chance on love and let go of your fear of letting go. Fly and romp, spin like a dervish. Let delight shine through you. Dance to your heartbeat, sing with the band, patty cake a tambourine against your sacred hand. When the time comes to recess, let us carry away with us the spirit of these words from Theodore Parker. Be ours a religion which, like sunshine, goes everywhere. Its temple all space, its shrine the good heart, its creed all truth, its ritual works of love, its profession of faith divine living. Go in peace and with a purpose.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time that you may embrace, a time to keep from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time to love, a time to hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything